pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up got Jack and home they trot as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and mended his head with vinegar and brown paper. Hello everyone, I'm Eleora'S, and today I'm gonna be telling you a nursery rhyme story. Today we're gonna be telling a story about Jack and Jill. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the rolling hills, there lived two best friends, Jack and Jill. Jack was a curious boy, always looking for the next adventure, while Jill was kind-hearted and wise beyond her years. Together, they were inseparable. One bright morning, the sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the village felt alive with the hum of life. Jack and Jill decided it was a perfect day for a little adventure. At the edge of their village, beyond the meadows, stood a tall hill. At the very top of that hill was the village's only well. "We need the water for the village," Jack said to Jill. "Why don't we climb the hill, fetch a pail of water, bring it back before noon? It will be an easy task." Jill smiled. "Why not? It will be fun, and we could explore all along the way." So they grabbed an empty wooden bucket, waved a goodbye to the villagers, and began their climb. The path up the hill was steep, but Jack and Jill were determined. As they walked, they talked and laughed. They spotted butterflies dancing in the air and birds chirping merrily in the trees. The fresh breeze filled their lungs, and the grass swayed gently under the sunlight. But halfway up, Jack got a little too eager. "Race you to the top!" he yelled, darting ahead. Jill called after him, "Wait, Jack! The hill is steep! Be careful!" But Jack didn't hear her. His legs moved quickly, and before he knew it, he reached the top, out of breath but triumphant. "Ha! I beat you!" he called out as Jill caught up. As they stood at the top of the hill, he saw the well glistening in the sunlight. Jack leaned over the edge to grab the bucket's rope, but he leaned a little too far. Suddenly, his foot slipped on the edge of a rock, but before he could regain his balance, he tumbled head over heels down to the hill. "Jack!" Jill cried as she watched her friend rolling down. Without thinking, she rushed after him, but in her haste, she too lost her footing. Down she went, tumbling and rolling beside him. When they finally reached the bottom, Jack was holding his head. He hit a rock during the fall. Jill, with a few scratches and a bruised knee, was quick to help him. "Are you okay, Jack?" she asked, her voice filled with concern. Jack winced, but managed to escape his grin. Jack winced, but managed to escape his grin. "I'm fine. Just a bump. But I think we learned a lesson today." Jill sat behind him on the soft grass, taking a deep breath. "We were too eager, Jack. Sometimes rushing up the hill isn't the best way to get things done. We could have taken our time and be careful." Jack nodded, rubbing his sore head. "You're right. Maybe I got carried away because I wanted to win." Jill smiled. "It's not always about winning. It's about doing things together, safely, and enjoying the journey along the way." After a few minutes of rest, the two friends stood up. The villagers, having seen the commotion from afar, came running to help. They wrapped Jack's head in a soft cloth, making sure he was all right, and offered words to comfort to Jill. But despite their fall, Jack and Jill were determined. The next day, with more caution, they tried again. This time, they climbed the hill slowly, talking and laughing, but also paying attention to where they stepped. And when they reached the well, they filled their pail with the water without a hitch. And when they reached the well, they filled their pail with water without a hitch. As they walked back to the village, carrying the heavy bucket together, Jack turned to Jill and said, "We did it! And this time, no tumbling!" Jill grinned. "Teamwork makes everything better, Jack." And so, Jack and Jill learned that sometimes it's not about how fast you can get up to the top, but how carefully you can climb with your friends by your side. From that day on, they always took their time and helped each other no matter the adventure ahead. That's the story. By taking a simple rhyme like Jack and Jill and expanding on the characters and their journey, we can create a story and not only entertains but teaches a valuable lesson. In this case, it's about passions, teamwork, and learning from our mistakes. Thank you guys for watching and see you in our next video. Bye!